Verdict reached in Jennifer Crumbly's involuntary manslaughter trial. Pontiac, Mich. Jurors weighing the fate of Jennifer Crumbley, the mother of teenage school shooter Ethan Crumbley, reached a verdict Tuesday in her involuntary manslaughter trial. The verdict comes on the second day of deliberations in an unprecedented trial that turned on an unusual question: can the parent of a child who commits a mass shooting also be held criminally responsible? Crumbley, 45, was charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, 1 for each of the victims in the attack at Michigan's Oxford High School in November 2021. Her son, Ethan, pleaded guilty as an adult to murder, terrorism and other crimes, and was sentenced in December to life in prison without parole. If found guilty, Crumbley faces up to 15 years in prison per count. Oakland County Circuit Court Judge Cheryl Matthews required the 12-person jury to reach a unanimous verdict. The trial, which opened January 25 in an Oakland County courtroom, hit at themes of good parenting and gun safety, and has come at a consequential moment in the U.S. when a drumbeat of school shootings have roiled communities like Uvalde, Texas, Nashville, and Perry, Iowa. In an effort to determine to what extent a parent should be held accountable for the actions of their child, jurors in Oakland County examined more than 400 pieces of evidence, including text messages and photos from Crumbley's cell phone, and dramatic video of the shooting spree, which left many in the courtroom visibly shaken. The prosecution called more than 20 witnesses, including law enforcement and school staff, while the defense brought in just one, the defendant. To prove its case, the prosecution attempted to portray Crumbley as a neglectful mother, who cared more about her hobbies and carrying on an extramarital affair than spending time with her son. Then, when she and her husband gifted their son a semi-automatic handgun in the days before the shooting, prosecutors pointed out that neither of them properly stored it. On the same day as the shooting, when the Crumbleys were earlier summoned to the school because of a disturbing drawing of a gun made by their son, the parents didn't tell school officials he had access to a weapon or take him home. But her defense lawyer, Shannon Smith, suggested it was James Crumbley who was specifically in charge of storing the weapon, and that the school knew Ethan was having trouble paying attention in classes but didn't fully inform Jennifer Crumbley. Smith had asked the jury during her closing argument to acquit her client, not just for Jennifer Crumbley, but for every mother who's out there doing the best they can, who could easily be in her shoes. James Crumbley, 47, is expected to stand trial next month on the same involuntary manslaughter charges. Jennifer Crumbley took the stand in her own defense. She testified that her son was generally worried about his future after high school and was depressed, but that his mental health never alarmed her enough that she felt he needed to see a professional. She acknowledged that she could have taken him home on the day of the shooting, but also didn't believe he was capable of committing such violence. More than 2 years after the shooting, she told the jury she wouldn't have done anything differently. "I don't think I'm a failure as a parent," she said. Selena Guevara reported from Pontiac and Eric Ortiz from New York.